derp are you here?
I'm here.
Cool. Just gonna move this a little bit close. A little bit up and personal. Maybe too personal, the mic is speaking. Alright. That'll work. No, you guys can just get that. Alright, folks. Last we left off, all of you uncovered a... Sorry, hold on. This is gonna happen a little bit. Been a rough day, folks. Last we left off, you guys have managed to vanquish the threat. Vanquish, not the right word, but more of repel, as the giants seems to be taken care of by a otherworldly force, as this person in this robed individual has taken care of them themselves and replaced them with their own creations, and with demonic influences assaulted your party for a little while, as you guys were able to successfully defend and repel this figure, with unfortunate news of losing something, as one of your companions have lost something great. But for those of you who do not know, a surprise awaits, as one of your companions' form has been revealed to you. As you guys breathe in a sigh, as looking up at the sky, the sun piercing through, as the veil collapses. And I will leave it to you, as this will be right after the battle.
So me and Eden and I are still unconscious.
Yeah, Ian still. Uh, Ian and you are still unconscious. Stable, as mercy has been given to you for some reason.
I slept.
Alright. As the strange winged lady makes her way off and the sun starts to break through, Nori's clouds also start to dissipate as she drops concentration on her call lightning. And she hunches over just slightly against her staff due to the wound that happened across her chest from the giant skeleton. She takes a look around at all the damages and lack thereof. She's tired, but she seems almost impressed that that could have... it could have gone way worse. And then she notices it's too quiet. Has anyone seen the mushroom guy? Or the obnoxious bird man?
This is. I'm guessing I'm not held anymore, right? Since she left.
A couple moments and you are released from hold person.
Okay. After Lef is not being held anymore, Lef looks at Nori and will say, I haven't seen the Birdman since he basically went off to do the bell. As for Mushroom Man, think he may have ran in the direction of the bell, maybe? That was
Yeah.
the direction he was going when we got pulled into whatever the hell that was back there.
For
Then-
clarification, Ken, is there still just like giant skeleton bodies out, or did they disappear?
There would be skeleton bodies out.
Okay, so there's still like a big mound of skeletons here. All right.
Yeah. It's curious. It's like I barely caught up with you guys. I have no idea where the other two are at.
Well, I guess our first option is to just go towards the bell. Pretty sure we'll towards the bell tower. Either they'll be there or somewhere else.
I'm just
That'll be a
concerned.
good starting point.
Yeah, I'm just concerned for them because the fact that the wizard came to us like near the end of that fight makes me concerned for them. So let's check on them
She
real.
touched me, but I don't know what she wants.
Touch me too.
So she's a repeated offender. I got it.
Yes.
Oh boy. Ugh.
All right. Let's just hope they didn't get crushed under one of these skeletons.
Yeah.
Gordon seems to be made of tough stuff. I'm sure he's fine.
Mm,
Mm.
mayhaps. But Luff, you're the strongest right now, right? Can't you just move shit out of the way?
Yeah.
So, in and according to the map, as the map itself is not going to be accurate to the descriptions being played out, and nor would I want to clutter the map in doing so. But there's a decent mound of skeletons and bones kind of being cracked, broken. The city looking about, you guys know the fight itself has taken a toll as some of the city and a little bit of the buildings have taken a lot of damage. So a lot of rubble and debris, unfortunately, from your guys' fight. And for the general consensus, I just want you guys to just roll. Those who want to like shove shit to the side, look for your companions, just for fun. Roll me a general strength check, please.
Right.
All right.
Ability.
All right, muscles caster go.
I cast fist.
Oh, that's strange. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right,
Yes.
something's odd, but we will address that later. Just system issues. Anyway, as you guys kind of look about and continue to try to move some of the skeletons away, laugh. It's easy enough. You kind of just like shove them to the side, hide. Just like you taking your executioner and kind of just and just like hauling it over to the side. Zach, you're helping out. You're picking up kind of debris here and there, kind of moving like the smaller pieces. Nora, you're just like, the fuck? Manual labor? You kind of like lift it up a little bit. You're like, no, I'm too tired. You're like holding your abdomen and you're like, out of the place. You've been spiked today multiple times.
And spiked, and she's been slashed down the middle by the fucking skeleton.
I feel like these are more accurate to the shit we've all been through right now.
All right.
Eventually, you guys spot your companions by the bell tower, unconscious and looking pretty wounded.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
a
they're
familiar face.
yeah. I'm guessing. I guess our mysterious person that took something from Eden? If it was even Eden's to begin with, I'm not sure. I mean, was it a curse, Nori, or was it something else? I don't really know the full details about that. Maybe he told you, or maybe somebody else did.
Assumptions make an ass out of you and me.
Ah, so you don't know either. All right, good to know.
No, you just sound crazy, but that that's normal for you. Are they dead?
I hope not.
Oh, crouch next to uh Gordon. Just like, you
Left
good,
is
buddy? You're like,
Left is gonna take 2 potions out and give them to both of them. Pour it on them, I guess, or I
I
guess for
have
Gordon, it literally will be pouring it on him.
I have cure wounds. I feel like I can use it twice and then I'm out. So I can
mean,
cast cure wounds on both of them. Get them up.
if you want to, but I mean, we can potions. I mean,
It might be for the best. Potions are
yeah,
supplies that we need.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll cast cure wounds on one of each. So wait, combat level 1. That spell. Then I will touch it first on Gordon. He wants to roll for. Hey, wait, you have to roll for it, yeah, right?
Yep, please roll.
Yeah. So he can roll for his, and plus
Is
uh,
1d8 plus your
minus.
wisdom modifier.
Okay. Yeah. Modifier. Is that a ability check, right?
So it should already cast it on
Oh,
the
I see.
spell itself.
Got it. Okay, I'm just healing. Again, looking everywhere but the spells. There we go.
Alright, you heal for 5, Gordon. You touch the mushrooms and you attune yourself with it just a little bit, feeling its odd fibers as you kind of just like for just a moment as it kind of wiggles, and Gordon, you kind of reboot back to life.
All right. How you doing,
Yeah,
buddy?
I think that probably the first thing is gonna do is jump up, kind of like grab the weapon, like look around, and say, "Where is she?
Hey,
Where'd she
she
go?"
ran.
She's gone.
She's gone. She ran. You
Okay.
guys already did a number on her.
I don't. It flew away. I think is more appropriate.
We did
Yeah.
a number on Eden. We need to check on him. He maybe
Where's Eden?
believe. He's like right next to me, isn't he? Yeah, he's like right next to me.
Yeah.
That's
Nori's
not a
going
bird,
to.
man.
Nori's gonna just kind of nudge Eden with the end of her staff. He doesn't. I mean, he's breathing. It's shallow, but he's breathing.
Okay. Okay, I'm confused. Okay, this is Eden now. Okay. Understanding this right?
Yeah, this is Eden.
Yeah. This is
Okay. I feel like
the
okay.
original Eden, I guess.
Okay. I'm confused. I'm just gonna move on. And
You know, you don't have to move on. Once we wake him up, you can demand all the answers you want.
I'm
The
Yeah.
fact that he
I'm
hasn't explained it,
just gonna
actually,
cast
that's not shocking.
Cure Wounds on him, and then I will demand answers.
All right. I'm just
Oh
gonna.
my god.
I don't know. Nice. Eden, you. It's okay. If you touch Eden on the shoulder, and as you do so, you focus your magic and kind of let it flow as the energy flows through. And Eden, you kind of blink your eyes for a couple moments, vision blurring, but kind of fixing as your companions stand in front of you. You are wounded but alive, breathing, and normal, missing something. Something feels odd. Something is lost. But you're alive and normal, you think.
He takes a very deep, gasping breath. As he kind of like pushes himself up off of the ground, like, oh, oh, oh. And then he kind of rolls over and looks at his hands, recognizing they are normal hands. Oh, we we didn't get her, did we?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
But she left. Minor
Yeah, that
victories.
silver linings where silver linings might go.
We only had a 40% casualty rate.
How did this happen? She'll gesture to the both of them.
Before we do that, above game, Trigger, if you would
Yes.
like, you may describe what Eden looks like. Well, he's kind of fucked up clothing wise now with everything that's happened. But I mean,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. So Gordon, Zach, not necessarily as tall as he used to be, because as a bird he was about 7 feet tall. He is still a rather tall-ish individual who now stands about 6'2". Short blonde hair, a little bit longer at the top, kind of messy right now. His eyes, when he can finally focus and look at you, they are a very unusual shade of green. That's, I think, all I can say for right now. Yes, he is in tattered clothes. His clothes are tattered. He looks young. Like, if you were to try to guess an age, probably very early 20s.
Would you like some assistance, Trigger, or do you got it? By the way,
No,
I
I
forgot
mean,
to ask that. I went to opt for it just in case. I forgot to
if
offer
there's
it before then. So
if
that's
there's
up to you.
something you think that would be good for them to know that I haven't thought to say, then yeah, I'd love that assistance.
Um, all right, I might teach you just a little bit.
You're fine.
Okay. I can't remember the song, but you guys above game you hear the ba-dum dum, and then the drums go off, and then the yeah, and then it slows down for just a little bit as Eden does a hair flip with his dirty beat up looking hair right now. He looks good. He's the handsome Bishonen man that you're here for, right? But underneath there, you're like, there's definitely some packs going there. Yeah, he is definitely like the hot anime protagonist here right now, but he's fucked up right now, so he's like hot but not hot right now because he is literally fucking bleeding a little bit a while ago. But looks mostly fine. It looks like Zacharias' healing magic kind of did a decent number on him, as he looks generally fine. The cuts and wounds seems to almost there but not there at the same time, so he looks okay.
Thank you, Ken. That was awesome.
Yeah, but it up.
All I could hear was "Down with the Sickness." Oh,
Also, Carius cares about if he's taller than Eden now or not.
I don't know. How tall is
I-
Zacarius?
I'm checking my notes because I don't want to fucking like say, of course he's taller now, because that's cheating. If I say he is, but I did not write his height, unfortunately.
Zacharias is pretty average. Like, wasn't he like 5'10"?
No, she's way
Or
tall.
like
He's
5'9"?
at least like around, like closer to 6 feet, a little bit taller, but I did not write down his
God
exact height.
damn.
Hey, this is a fantasy. This is. I say they're close in height. Fuck it. Basically the same height.
Okay. So, any idea who that was?
You mean you don't know?
I mean,
No.
I'm new here.
What happened to you?
yeah. I think that's more pressing right now than whoever that truck was that hit us.
Oh, what?
Left, you can't make those jokes.
What's the truck?
Right. Right, not truck. Let's go with cycle then, since
You
he
could
has.
say cart.
Yeah,
Carrot.
cart. There you go. Yeah, cart or carriage. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. The more pressing issue is this, other than the cart that just bowled through us.
He'll push himself to a sitting position, clutching his head a little bit. She took it. Her mask disappeared. She took it.
You weren't wearing a mask. What do you
Yeah.
mean she took it?
Above game, do we not know about the masks?
You don't know about what she took from you, but it became a mask. Nori, as you say that, you hear a voice in your head. It was more like she ripped his face, but it was a mask indeed.
As Nori hears the voice in her head, she kind of looks upwards, perplexed, like she's listening. And then when she realizes who it is, she looks mildly annoyed, but she's still listening. And then she looks back at Eden. She kind of knits her brows together. Okay, I stand corrected. Apparently, your entire bird physique was a mask.
Oh.
Don't know how that works. Ink Spice.
Well,
You hear in your head.
go ahead.
Sorry. You hear in
No,
your
you go
head.
ahead.
As I hope the mic doesn't catch me munching a little bit. But you hear. Yeah, no problem. Like the most nonchalant, like almost like if like someone's eating popcorn in your ear, like they're crunching, but you hear it in your soul, so it's like more offensive now.
She just. Nori always looks mildly annoyed these days, but now she just looks extra annoyed.
You hear from him. I will explain later. Right now, maybe focus on not dying and also making sure the folks here are well. I couldn't reach you before. So,
Didn't know
gotta
you
cut
were
off.
trying to reach me. I was gonna say something before that happened, but it completely fucking blanked out now.
It's okay. I'm not on top of my AA game either. I can't do voices right now. I'll try still, but like I'm like stuck in like deep throat voice.
I like that voice, so you're fine.
I will second that this voice is also good.
Everyone will just sound like Ray, and that won't work out.
That's just Nori's fantasy. I think that's fine.
Yeah, but
Stop.
Um, yeah. Well, everyone's kind of sitting around or standing around asking questions. Eden looks. Does he look kind of frail right now? He's kind of shaking.
Why did you not explain any of this to Zacharias? And I'm assuming Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had a real heart to heart at the campfire.
I mean, I was getting to it. I just. It's been.
It's been a
I've had
day.
I've had a lot on my plate lately, guys. I'm sorry. But
So, are you saying that like you didn't have to stab my hand when we first met, basically?
well, that was a thing. I didn't know how to turn it off.
Okay, I'm sorry. Shouldn't be making jokes about the fact that you just lost who you are, or became back to who you were.
Yeah,
I don't
about
know.
that. Um,
Still looks like an ass to me.
he's going to give Nori and Lef furtive glances. Kind of like a when you know. Yeah, I'm back to before, and we, I have problems.
Yeah, we know.
We
Yep.
all have
So do
problems.
we.
We all
We'll
have
figure
problems.
we'll figure you out after we figure everything else out. And if you need to recoup, then you can stay behind and figure it out because I have a family to check back in on.
Right, of course.
Gordon, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm. No, I'm not actually. I mean, physically, yeah, whatever. I feel it's yeah, but
You're not,
I don't know. I can't help but feel like maybe I could have done more.
No.
You guys got caught up in whatever bullshit magic we did that made you guys disappear for a while. Uh, so it was just Aiden and I couldn't do a whole hell of a lot. Tried to hurt her, she just rolled out of the way or blocked it. And even when
Sometimes you have to think outside of boxes instead of charging forward.
I did, I tried to kind of bully her, put her like somewhere where she can't fly away, where she can't run. That didn't work. I tried using some of my own magic that apparently I have now that did almost nothing besides piss her off.
Nori just kind of gives you a perplexed look and then shakes her head. I tried to tell you guys that I sensed that she was strong. When I feel like someone is stronger than me, I try to approach it differently. I don't think we were supposed to win here today.
No. I think honestly today was just maybe a prevental, maybe keep something from happening. Whatever that something was, I'm not sure, but maybe it has to do with the bell, maybe it has to do with the vanishing giant, I'm not sure.
This felt more like a trap.
Yeah.
And according to what happened to Eden, she looks back at the blonde. I think she got mostly what she wanted.
So
She was
Trap
fucking with us.
to lure us here and what? Steal our whatever? I mean,
It
our
it was something that I mentioned before we came here. I did mention that it felt more like a trap for
yeah.
us. Apparently,
Hmm.
Eden's bird form was a mask. I have a mask of my own. It's what gives me my eyesight back and lets me use that rapier for a while.
Okay.
I don't, other than, you know, I don't know what you guys have. Apparently, Eden was the easiest target.
Hmm. Don't think. I'm not sure what she could steal from me. I mean, God, I'd hate to think about it. I mean, I've learned my stuff, but I guess that doesn't mean that she still can't maybe take it away from you.
Uh,
Learned or not.
When we were first coming to the center of town and the bell was first starting to toll, I know I saw you guys had masks on. Maybe he wants to steal whatever that mask is, because obviously you're not physically wearing one, but maybe it's a symbol of something, and she wants it. And she got part of it, Eden's.
Hmm.
Nori's gonna materialize her mask of restoration and look at it. She looks mildly confused as she shows it to Gordon. Can you do the preview of it again or no?
Sure.
Also above game, I didn't want to interrupt because people were talking, but um, I know that the lady, our adversary, as she went to each person, she did say, "This one's not ready. Not ready." Did she mention that Eden's was ready at the time? And also, like, she was pretty far, so he has no idea that she had said that this one's ready or whatever, but
No, she just kind of took it. She grabbed you by the beak and ripped it off.
mhm.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. She just said, "This is mine now." Yoink.
Y- yes, but
He
I
said it
know.
was extra disrespect.
So to answer the question, she did not say that it was ready. She just took it. What
Okay,
that means
but
that it's something is ready or not, you have no clue.
yeah, but I know that she went and as she checked out everybody else's, she did audibly say that it wasn't ready, unless that was in internal musing. I wasn't supposed to.
I do not do internal musings. It is she does what she did say.
And also the this mask that I'm seeing, that the preview, is that what I would have seen when everything went kind of grayscale and there was the bell, or no?
No,
Actually, no.
No, it isn't.
That's what Nori's
Okay.
trying to figure out.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't really at all what I had seen.
Hmm.
Like, I don't think it's a physical mask or a magic item or anything like that. It was, I'm thinking, symbolic.
I know of one other mask that I've experienced, but it's never been something I've actually owned. If someone was going to steal a mask from me, I figured they would do this one.
I do have a question. This isn't just for you, it's for uh you three. When we went unconscious, not this recently, a little before, and you guys had tried to drag our bodies. I was in like this giant, like infinite shallow water with like obsidian flooring. Does that sound familiar to you guys?
Mm,
Above game by the three you folks. That sounds plenty familiar.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
just thinking.
Yeah.
sounds like distortion, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
Okay, that leads me to a theory. Some I can't remember his name at the moment, but a man wearing a broken, not shattered, but a cracked mask was there. Words were exchanged, and he gave me a shard of it, which I think became a full-on mask. What if that is what she's after? The mask we got in this distortion.
Mm,
Nori,
I mean,
you here. Yeah, Nori, you here. I like him. Just putting two and two together.
at least someone's capable of doing so.
2 + 2 is fish.
We
I'm
got
sorry.
our masks slightly differently. We've never really seen them in action, I guess, until now. It wasn't really explained to us why they were there. They just were there when we, I guess, got them. And now still have them, apparently.
Or
That would mean I have two now, unless they're separate. Pretty sure mine's a rabbit, naturally.
I think
that's
uh,
go ahead.
I think Lift was some sort of feline. I can't remember if it was a big cat or not. Like out of character, but it was feline. I remember that much.
It
could be
was
a
literally
lion.
just another lion.
Yeah, it's literally just another lion.
A lot. The hat and hat. Yeah, his was a lion. I'd imagine I got a mask of some significance. I don't know what it looks like. Obviously I don't physically have it on my person.
Apparently, we do. It's not accessible.
It's
Oh,
like a
true.
manifestation, if you will. Something with it. The mask is within us.
Yeah, something fraction of our soul.
Exactly. Probably
Sicarius,
told it. Yes.
Gordon,
Oh no.
roll me a intelligence check for fun. Low save, very low save.
Fuck, I almost was one.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Check. Oh, you said check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, decent.
Ah, fuck me.
Okay.
I'd rather not.
You only needed five. So, as you guys recall, it's very recent, but remembering each of your fellow companions, the three who did not fall, you guys recall that the mask Eden had was that of a crow.
Eden's mask was
A crow.
some sort of corvid, crow, raven, about quite no difference. Uh, and I believe I remember that's what the woman kind of looked like when she put it on. I remember she also was like sucking this black smoke out of Eden, but I managed to somehow interrupt that.
Um, yeah, that makes me feel kind of weird.
Hey, Vice.
Hmm.
Nori's just gonna talk out loud and look insane now as she has a one-sided conversation. What happens if we lose a mask that was gifted to us by Lies?
As you guys hear the words slip from Nori's mouth, the one word that you hear that rings a bell in all of you, Zacharias and Gordon, the word lies just it sticks in your head. You hear it. Something's very off about that. And as you call out to Vice, and you hear from him, I suppose now would be a good time to unravel some things. And if we're lucky, you should be able to understand it. And if not, well, continue to do whatever you want, and then I'll follow along until at least I can relay a couple of things. If you recall, certain things can't be said and certain people can't hear certain things. And a certain deal I have made prevents me from going a little bit too overboard.
Are you back in Tahlmus?
I'm actually with Pride.
Oh, at least one of us is. I should go collect our kid. All right. She's gonna kind of gesture to everyone. We should go make sure that the town is okay, and I need to get back to Pride soon.
Uh, Zach, which name?
Oh, the guy who talked to us. I can't remember how to spell his name. The
He's
guy
not
with.
talking to you.
Oh, sorry, but
I mean, in the vision, and that.
yeah, yeah.
I'll let you have it. But something about the name kind of puts to the image of the Haas person.
I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
When the name lies passes the noise lips, you see that visage of the man in the mask.
Yes. Okay.
It just feels right. Like it
Okay.
belongs to him,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
As for theory crafting, we're going to use this song.
I'm just gonna grab a water. I will be right back. In the
Okay.
meantime, uh, Eden will also be shakily getting to his feet.
I will say above the board, as soon as this is done, I'll be maybe fast forwarding you guys through Sigford.
Oh.
Because we got to talk about what you guys wanted to plan to do.
I still need to search for the kid's parents. Well, mother, I should say.
Nothing yet. As you guys have to figure out what you guys want to do. In terms of the going through Sigford, how much you guys want to try to do. I will fast forward it to you guys because you guys already decided generally what you wanted to do. But
Oh, Nori just generally wanted to make sure people were alive and check in on that family where they left the kids at.
Cliff wants to find the mother, or try to find the mother.
I think I'll probably just do like a general like death count, make sure people aren't like actually dying still.
that's definitely what we can do. If you guys want to discuss anything before that happens, or if you guys would like, Nori, if you want to disclose information that you've heard, because also you guys heard that Nori is speaking to something. You're not sure what. Or this depends on how you guys want to approach that.
Yeah, I just assumed that people thought Nori was crazy. Because I'm not gonna just give information out unless it's asked for.
So, is Vice at Tahlmus right now?
He's with Pride, actually. Who is outside of Sigford.
Oh,
Whether he's there in person right now? Don't know, but I mean, he can be, if he wanted to be. But we need to meet up with him. He needs to talk to us.
right.
Yeah.
But first, are you guys good? Okay, or
The name for some reason feels like it should ring a bell, but I don't think I've actually met a Lies. Well, who is he? What's he? How is he significant?
well, you seem to have met him once, considering you now have a mask, as you said. In terms of what he is, I have to pull up my notes now.
I don't know if I ever really put together what he was.
Pretty sure he was a minor god of sorts, or a dead god.
Yeah, I was. I thought he was a dead god, honestly.
Actually, you know what? I don't have those notes anymore because of that thing that happened.
Oh,
God damn it.
the one where you lost all the notes because screw you reasons. Yeah, that's fuck.
Getting false Hydra vibes, but okay.
We've already had that arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that arc is
No.
already done. We hope.
I was making a joke. God no, please.
Already happened. Don't talk about it.
Yeah. Well, actually, we could try,
shit.
but
Ken,
it'll
I'm
just
gonna have to roll a history check or something because I don't have those notes anymore, so I can't confirm.
Go ahead.
it'll just distort if we
Roll
say
me
false
your,
Hydra.
your intelligence check, please. From that memory. Or a history check, because it's been that long.
It makes me so sad.
Right.
It's okay.
I wrote those notes too. I know I did.
You recall fervently as the memory kind of hits you. A fragment, a piece, broken. In all essence, the same. Dead and forgotten, but still there. Lies is a fragment, a larger piece, but a fragment nonetheless, of a god, you think.
Okay. So I'm not as eloquently spoken on all of this god stuff, but you know how like jigsaw puzzles, right?
I heard
Yeah.
stories about them. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Gods usually represent something, and when they disappear, that thing that they represent also disappears. So, um, like if Yidia disappeared, then not nature as we know it would disappear, but I don't actually know what Yidia above game actually represents, because she's not all of nature. She shares. I don't know. I'm bad at this.
Okay, so D6 inspiration for your explanation, as it's really on a good track. As I know, above game as a player and as Nori, I have hidden the amount of lore in this game as much as possible. So the theory crafting that has been coming to me from many respective ends of other players has been actually very entertaining. But for the sake of it, since we're also catching Zacharias and Gordon up, the essence of nature is Gidia. But also, should Gidia disappear? Because what is it like to kill a god? The concept itself disappears, but whatever's left takes its place. So it's a cycle where, theoretically, if a god disappears and that concept disappears, then something else has to take its place. Some law, some nature, something that has to go into that place to continue to make the world work. And should that work, then nature itself would change in concept and becomes just something different, yet still the same. It's the concept of if you never knew what you're missing, then how would you miss it in the first place? Does that make sense?
Doesn't it have to be like this same quote unquote like idea that replaces it, just something has to replace it. Like replacing the idea of blue with grass. I don't know.
Correct. So the concept of is, say grass exists, right? Well, if you kill grass and grass itself, the concept is gone, something else will move in it. Maybe now it's just the floor just has leaves. Leaves are now growing from the ground.
Okay.
And this is an explanation essentially that we all know now.
For the sake of brevity, yes.
Okay. So with that, Left was gonna say, so if you remove something, something takes its place. That means something either maybe equal, lesser than has to take its place. So I'm guessing if Yidia died, maybe instead of there being nature, there'd be desert. I mean,
Desert is a part of nature. Basically,
so a
Lies,
wasteland.
I guess. Lies was part of something that used to exist that no longer exists. I don't know what it was, but he is just a piece of the puzzle that is lost.
Okay. Hmm. That that's interesting. If and there's no way for us. figure out what that is right now.
If we were even around to even experience what it was Lies was before he no longer was.
I know you weren't probably. That's the thing about it is when they
We have no
disappear.
idea.
Yeah,
So
it's
he
just
could
it's
be
on.
anything. He could be a puzzle of anything. He could have been a piece of the puzzle to time itself. Maybe history. Maybe, hell, maybe even everything that we know as is was undone because of that piece of the puzzle getting pulled out. I mean, if you pull out the center of a puzzle, I'd imagine that everything else would start crumbling around it.
Oh, laugh, we're not playing
Not
Jenga.
not exactly, because something always has to come and fill the place to keep the order. It would be
So,
different, but to us, we wouldn't know any differently. So truly,
okay.
we just don't know.
Interesting. Kind of makes me think on the idea that we're getting these masks, and if Gordon said that it was a fragment of him, I'm guessing getting these masks will, getting a mask one by one will eventually end up restoring something about him. Maybe.
He said he was serving his mistress, and the fragment was the fragment of his mask, but I saw a little peek behind it, and behind it was ow. Behind it was nothing, as in like not like it was blank. I'm saying like it was the absence of thing.
I'm sorry, Gordon. Someone who's like eating something really close to the mic right now.
Yeah,
Please
that's
make
right.
your mic.
So it was basically emptiness. The void.
Behind his mask, yes. I don't know if the mask was a part of him or if it was concealing the void. I couldn't tell you.
I'd
But there's
probably
something.
say it was concealing.
But there was something above him. He serves someone. That's why he gave me my mask. He gave. Oh, also because I guess to him he wanted to see what would happen. It would be fun to see what happens.
Hmm.
But he just gave it
Interesting.
ultimately to serve the greater purpose of his. I think his mistress, but someone superior either way.
Um, hmm. I'm just gonna. I don't know. Am I gonna do this? I'll go ahead and hit me with that intelligence check.
There we go. Heck. That was 17.
You're not exactly sure who the lies would be serving, or you're not exactly really sure the intention, but in terms of it, lies themselves, they're that form, that person, that creature. They seem to be going at an angle where they're going through you guys for something. Whether for someone else, you're not entirely sure, but it seems like a very more selfish goal, is what they said. You do understand that. And the one thing that kind of rings in your head is to lose so much, but to become even more than what is lost. Or something rather, something like that.
Hmm.
But we should probably save this talk for the ride back home or for Tahlmus. Right now, we do need to attend to the townspeople.
You can save this talk for Vice when you meet him shortly. he's kind of the bridge that we have right now.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about and go?
I don't.
Yep.
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything I have to really ask.
All right. So continuing on from this. Ah, fuck. Okay, don't worry about that. No one knows what it feels like when you drop a can of cheese on top of your keyboard.
Ooh.
At least it didn't take your pinky toe. All right. So, as you guys, like, man, D&D snacks, they're fucking amazing. You never know what I'll have. Just random shit on my table. So, as you guys head out or head out to do your various tasks, I'm gonna hit up each of you. Everyone, roll me a dexterity check, please. This is for initiative, without rolling initiative.
Fair enough.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes.
Cool.
All right. Zacharias, first off, with your high Uberman Dex powers, what would you like to do in terms of Ransick for the short time you guys are here? As everyone is kind of still indoors, unsure what's happening.
I guess with our conversation, so I guess I can go walk around and then I head towards the first family I came across when I first entered the city when I was invisible. I guess.
All right.
You know, it's like just because like I think that's like the only like group of people I know in the city. I know they have that missing. The kid was the missing mom. I'm like I wasn't there for it, so that's not my top concern personally.
That's fair enough. All right. As you head back to the second quadrant of the city, you kind of run through, kind of passing by multiple people, kind of seeming to eyeing out as like the commotion's kind of stopped, but they haven't exited the buildings because they're not exactly sure what has happened yet. The battle itself was loud, but even so, may or may not have thought, you guys' asses would have been kicked. So, I don't know. Don't know if they have enough faith in you guys yet. So, as you head back, you head back to the familiar building, the small little, I believe it's the blacksmithy for this one. Was that?
I don't recall his profession, but yeah, it was like right near the town center, basically.
Yeah.
No.
For the sake of it, because it's been a long while. As you head back to the second quadrant and visit the blacksmithy, it was a man and his wife that runs that. As you see, they're kind of like peeking out by the window as you're kind of running through. What would you like to do?
Walk up. So I see him at the window, right? You said?
They're kind of like peeking through the window, kind of see you approaching, but not really up in a rush to kind of open the door.
Okay, so we'll go up, like knock on the door. It's like,
All right.
You guys good in there?
You see as he kind of just opens the door up, it's like, be quiet. Giants will get you if you're running around like that.
Don't worry about the giants. They're dealt with.
Kind of looks you up and down. Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah.
All right, I've been hearing tall tales, but now's not the time to make a fool of yourself.
You need tall. Do you see any walking around? There's not
Not
much.
yet, but that's what they want you to think.
You literally just. I literally ran up the middle of the street to get here.
Well, another persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion.
Oh God!
Dude, I swear to
Oh.
God, every time,
Rip.
like if I have plus whatever to my rolls, I got a high roll. If I have a negative, it's a low roll. Okay.
All right. Listen here, son. Look, I am not here to test my luck, and whatever you're doing out there, good luck. He closes the door on you.
Okay. Fucking have
But
one.
poor man just got the door shut in his face.
Fucking, I was the invisible guy. Fucking walk out in the middle of the street. Said, go fuck yourself. Fucking, any giants around?
2
Then
seconds later, gets body checked.
look at him like staring at him in the eyes.
He's, like,
standing
staring back, like-
here. Yeah, and then
Yeah, you see as he like takes the curtain, just like, just like puts it over. Yeah.
Great. I guess I'll just start going door to door. Just fucking, just letting people know, like checking up on people. Just like saying, it's like the news that Giants has been dealt with. If you need to get out, like I would tell people, it's like try to stay indoors for the time being until like more help could arrive. Hopefully, unless it's like urgent. That's kind of like the message I would give to people as I go door to door.
Okay. All right. As you head door to door, you convince a couple of people, but it's a mixed crowd, and as a lot of people are still kind of afraid, so they're kind of hanging in. But you get a couple of people out, so it's not too bad. You kind of look generally insane a couple of times, but it's fine. Next up, I have Left. As you head about, what are you doing?
I'm looking for the child's mother.
Okay. All right. I want you to roll me a general perception check or investigation check of your choice.
Holy! I was about to be real mad if that was a 2.
All right. So as you look around, you kind of pass by, kind of looking, and the thing that kind of appears that you think about it really hard, as you kind of think back to that conversation with the, well, the conversation that you didn't take part in, but the conversation that you definitely saw, as the word "humies" show up in your head, and the fact that one of the giants said, "Humies, kind of delicious over a pot of soup." And as you make your way around, kind of looking into a couple of corners here and there, kind of looking through a general alleyway, kind of walking through, it kind of opens up into the small courtyard, and something catches the smell, kind of catches your nose. Roll me a con save, please.
Oh no. Come on. There we go.
All right. As you kind of brace yourself, the smell of what looks like burnt flesh and charred, it kind of hits your nose, You walk into this courtyard and kind of look about, and the area kind of shocks you for just a moment. Um, it is people, but no longer people. Flayed skin, almost like jerky, and muscle tissue laid about, kind of strewn about on these poles. Flesh melting and flesh melted in the still boiling pot, kind of going about. Yumi's delicious. Unfortunately, those taken by the giants did not survive.
Fuck.
What would you like to do, Left?
I didn't get much of any information on her. It's none of them survived, but Luff doesn't want to give up. He wants to keep looking for her. He wants to hope that maybe she didn't get caught.
Uh, that's a question. Left, you have no description of her other than the fact that she is a woman. Like, unfortunately, that's gonna be. You're gonna have to probably go back and kind of get that information, but I don't think you'd have
Yeah.
time for that
Yeah.
because you did not get like a description or her name either.
Fuck.
I don't mean to make you have to pull like a drawing me situation where you have to have the notebook going, but unfortunately, Left does not know the information that he needs to track her down.
Oh. God damn it.
I am sorry. God damn it, Zach.
I have no idea what to do.
Fucking stop it. SMH. If you would like, you can. If you want that scene, you can be the one who delivers the message.
Yeah, I'll tell them the bad news, and Lef will try his best to help them.
All right. So you head back to the third quadrant of the city and head back to the baker shop. It's still a little bit hush hush about, but you do see people occasionally moving about, kind of like the more braver individuals, kind of moving across the streets. Some wielding pots and pans, maybe any defensible item they have, kind of like moving and surveying the seats. More of the braver folk.
Can I join in the scene with Lef because that's just where Nori was going anyway.
100%.
Yeah, I'm fine with that as well.
All right. Nori, your vision kind of fades in and out during this. So it took you a while as you and Left kind of meet up at the Vegas area around the same time.
All right. I assume that Nori's timer is pretty much up now. She's probably just completely blind for the day. So she's gonna just start using her quarterstaff as a little guiding stick, and with a lot of perseverance and memory that's kind of faulty, she'll make it there. I'll let you do the thing though, Wise.
Okay. So, Cliff is gonna slowly walk back, thinking he's kind of dejected, looking down. He's a bit sad and mad at himself, the fact that he was once again not able to help with a situation like this, and 2 kids are orphaned again because of his negligence. So he is going to make his way back to the bakery and try and break the news to the kids and see and figure out how he can help. When he gets there, he's going to knock on the door and hope that he can get a response out of them.
All right. As you knock on the door, you hear like a little bit of like a small little like like a little couple of gasp, and then you hear like a just like not really loud, but like audible enough where you kind of like oof, it's like a shh, and you kind of wait a couple moments, and you see as looking through the window at first, and kind of meeting your eye really quickly is the what looks like the father and like the owner of the bakery. And you see as he opens the door, and you hear from him, "Is it over?"
Yeah, it's gone. The giants are gone, and so is the lady in the middle.
Roll a persuasion check. You hear from him, "Thank the gods. Is there any more good news?"
No, unfortunately, it's just more bad news, unfortunately.
Did you find the mother for the 2 young ones?
No. If I don't have the courage to tell them what happened to their mother, but I think I have to. I'm going to leave out the details, but suffice to say, she's definitely not here anymore. If she is, she's a really good hider. I have nothing to go off of. I probably should have asked them some details, but suffice to say, the scene that I saw is not a good one.
His face kind of looks kind of grim, and kind of opens the door a little bit more wide, considering everything's over and you hear from him. I mean, if you wanted to break the news, kind of motions in, you kind of notice that what looks like the wife and like kids, there's already 2, it looks like they already have like 2 like a little bit older, probably like 10 and 12, and like the younger kids kind of sitting next to like each of them. They look like they made like quick friends, you know? Like it's like this shared fear, you know? Like it's
Yeah.
it's okay, we're not gonna die because we have each other. You
Yeah.
know, that kind of vibe. And as you kind of enter, you see the two young kids. I forgot their names.
Don't worry, I don't remember their names either, and I'm not I don't even remember if you gave me their names, or maybe if you did, I just forgot.
I wrote it down.
Okay, so then I just have a bad memory. Don't mind me then.
All right. So you see Gil and Alice kind of run
Thank
up to
you.
you really quick, and you see as they approach, and they kind of give you like you're a big man, you're a big lion man. They kind of give like both give you each of your legs like a hug, and they kind of look up at you, and you hear, "Did you find her?"
I'm No, I wasn't able to find her. I'm sorry. I wish
They kind
I
of
had
gave you
more
like
to go off of. Left will crouch down essentially, and he'll take his executioner and he'll basically put it off to the side, trying to, you know, essentially sit down comfortably and
all
tell
right.
them the bad news.
Okay. You place this like chunk.
I couldn't
So
find her. I'm sorry. I made you both a promise and I couldn't keep it.
you see the young girl kind of like begin to tear up like that. That child pout, like it's a mix of like emotion. It goes like from excitement to like worried to you see as she just begins to start bawling.
Left is
And
going to grab her and basically hug her.
as you do, you notice Gale kind of just he's kind of frozen, like he's trying to process the information.
Left will basically hold out his other hand to offer him to come into the hug as well.
You see as he takes it and like it makes them they just start bawling, like they seem it's inconsolable, you know.
Yeah. Left will
Nori,
hold them close and just let them continue on.
the sound of sobbing children and left speaking kind of rings in your ears as the scene kind of unfolds, but you can't see it.
Yeah, she'll prop herself up in the doorway. She was going to knock, and then she realized it was just kind of open. And then she hears the crying children, and she'll hang her head and give a tired, disappointed sigh. Well, I guess I don't need to break anything here then. Do do you guys know their parents at all? Or who they were?
I wasn't I wasn't really close to Tats, but we'll keep an eye out. Definitely never know what we might find, you know? Kinda.
Yeah, just I'm not quite sure what to do. they can't stay here without their parents. We could take them back to Tahlmus.
If push comes to shove, we have a spare bedroom.
Mm.
Can Lef overhear this?
Do the wails of the screaming children? Yes.
Lef will kind of look back as he can and say, I need to make it up to them for breaking the promise. Just tell me what I need to do. I made a promise to them. I didn't keep it. I need to help them how I can.
Well, they can either stay here with this gentleman and he can be their caretaker, or we can take them back to Tahlmus and give them to Tyr. If their parents are found, or if any relative is found, they can collect them from either place, really. And if not, I mean, she'll look like in the direction that she heard the voice of the baker. She's like, what would you plan to do with them if worst case scenario was true?
Well, we have a home here. There's a couple of people here who is quite fond of children, so we will be fine on that front. If you do wish to take them to an orphanage in Tahlmus, maybe better opportunities may assist them there instead of a small town here. Since you are kind of in charge right now, we'll leave the decision up to you.
I think I'll leave the decision up to them.
Yeah.
As great as an orphanage is in Tahlmus, I work alongside it somewhat. The people are very good. An orphanage is still an orphanage
Yeah.
In Tahlmus.
in Tahlmus. Left. Do you
Yeah,
want me to talk to the children, or do you want to talk to the children? She
I
kind of
can
like twitches her ears because of all the crying.
I can talk to them. I need to make sure and see this through.
Orphanage in Tahlmus, they'll go to school. They'll be well taken care of, but people that they actually know, whether they be family or not, are here.
Yeah. Sometimes having those around you that know you is better than being taken someplace else. So, Flippa's gotta wait until, like, he's going to let them basically continue crying because he knows how bad of a situation this is. He doesn't expect them to get over it, you know, but he wants to make sure that they're able to understand him, you know?
I was about to, I don't know why, but I was like about to ask you to roll animal handling. I'm like, children can be animals sometimes. Anyway,
Okay.
roll me a charisma check. To how well, persuasion check actually.
Okay, persuasion check.
It's rough. It takes a while. It's like a good, like, it's a good cry, you know. It's a heavy cry. They don't stop for like 30 minutes, you know. Um, like it is hard. At one point, you notice as like from the exhaustion, the younger sister kind of like she passes, like she's out, you know. She kind of just falls asleep, and
Fluff will hold her close to him to make sure she doesn't hurt herself, you know?
and Gail kind of looks up at you. Um, it's it's a familiar look. Um, it's a definitely familiar look. Uh, it is those look of like the dead eyes of it's just the void of like hopelessness you could see. Uh Ironically, Nori, if you could see this, it would be a lot similar to like when you saw Pride in those visions. Looking, he kind of looks up at you, and you hear from him. "Hmm, what next? What now? Where do we
Well,
go?"
well, the man here is willing to offer you and your sister a room here. There's plenty of families that are, you know, looking for children. I'm sure they'd love to have you as children. Or you could come back with me and my guild back to Tahlmus. But you would be leaving this behind. Sometimes having your family close to you, even even one that you know, make along the way is better than going somewhere that you don't know about. Up to you and your sister though. I'm not going to force you to come with us or to stay here. It's up to you and her. Just know that whatever you and your sister need, I will do everything in my power to help you both.
Higher or lower?
Hmm?
Higher or lower? Higher or lower? One or the other.
I guess. Hi?
Looking at you, you see as he kind of looks down at his feet for just a moment and kind of look at his sister, like it's like that left. Actually, hold on. Buff game. Left doesn't have any siblings, right?
No. Left
Okay,
is an only child.
right. It's something similar. It's like that. You see it. It's that urge to protect, kind of like that brotherly love. Like I'm the older brother. I want to protect, you know, or just like any like compatriot like companionship of I want to be stronger, you know. Um, and he looks you in the eye, and he says, "I, w- I want to be stronger. I, I want to protect my sister. I want to go to Thomas. I want to be strong like you."
I I am far from strong. I just try and work with what I got, and what I lack in strength, I make up for in my intellect and inventions, and that's just kind of what I do. I come up with things to mask my weakness as a person. I I am no stronger than anyone else is. I just have the assistance of machinery on my side, and he'll I imagine Left drove Grace over here, you know, and kind of told her to like stay outside for a bit because of how, it's gonna be emotionally raw kind of situation, so he would ask Grace to wait for a second. He'll say, I mask my weakness with all of this. I mean, it it assists me. It is what helps me through everything. With all of this, I do what I do on a daily basis. And he'll then point behind him with his, you know, thumb essentially, and make a motion towards Snorri, and he'll say, she helps me with everything else. Honestly, everybody else helps me with everything else. As far as social situations go, I'm not the best, but I make up for that in the ability to try and protect those that need it. If you want to be like me, you can be. You just need to make sure that you're not trying to do this for the sake of, vengeance. It won't get you anywhere.
All children need a hero figure. And you, respectfully, should give yourself more credit because it was not machinery that moved the giant skeleton out of the road.
That's Nori is right. I I am physically strong. Yes, that's true. I can push a giant skeleton out of the road when it comes to it. I can carry the executioner around with me, which most people can't even use. This thing weighs as much as I do almost, I think, sometimes, but that doesn't equate just. I may have brute strength, but there's other strengths that I lack. Nori, that's where you and everybody else comes in.
Mental fortitude comes in time. You can't have everything all at once.
You're right. If you want to be strong like me, I can help you. I could even take you to where I learned how to make the executioner, and you could maybe study under him if he'll accept you.
That
But
is an option. There's also general schooling,
yeah,
and as much as I don't like children joining the guild, he can apply for hire when he turns 14.
that is very true. So, Lef will look at him and say, if you want to become stronger to protect your sister, I'll take you and your sister back with me, and we can spend however much time you want to working towards that.
You see as he kind of bites his lip, and he looks up. I want to do it.
All right.
I don't think the cat. Cool, caught me. Sorry.
Well, we'll start with your. We'll start with the very basics, but first we'll need to make sure and get you into Tahlmus and get you a good place to sleep. Because it's been rough for what I'm guessing a few days now.
I have one question. For the kids, how scared of you are dragons?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mom usually said that they big and scary, but also some are really nice. As long as, well, she says the ones with like really big, pretty colors are the dangerous ones, and then the one that looks like shiny stuff are usually nice.
Well, your mom was very knowledgeable. What if
You're
I told you that our ride back to Tahlmus just happens to be a dragon who is also my best friend? And I think she would love some head pats.
I know that she would probably love to get to know you all as well.
It's like it's it's like a weak smile, but he nods.
There's one condition, though. When you meet her, you have to call her Grandma Aki.
Okay.
Okay, Grandma Aki, and tilts his head at that.
Nori just gives a nod, like, mm-hmm. All right, then. Siegfried, as much work needs to be done around here, it is free. And we need to head out and report back to Tahlmus. I'm sorry that we couldn't do more for you guys.
But I'm just glad that it's over.
Us too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is the girl still asleep?
Yes. She looks exhausted.
Okay. Give me a reminder of their name again. I'm gonna have to repeat it in my head a couple of times to make sure it sticks.
Alice and Gil.
Alice.
Gil and Alice. Okay. Gil and Alice. Got it.
What color is their hair and eyes?
They are both black hair, just straight black.
Okay.
Color of the eyes, um, probably hazel.
Alright. Let me go ahead and write down their name.
If you want to get stronger too, you can meet my son Pride. I'm sure he wouldn't mind showing you a thing or two. He is also an adventurer. Maybe you two could be friends.
He nods. Right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Let me finish writing this real quick. How do you spell the town here? I want to make sure I get it right.
SIG and then Ford.
SIG. Okay. Want to make sure.
Wait, what'd you say, Wise? Sorry.
I just wanted to make sure that I was spelling it right.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? I'm gonna head to the next person.
Uh, Liff is going to probably just stay in the bakery with the kids for now and console them for a while. So yeah.
Okay. Next up, Gordon. What would you like to do?
Is there, is there any like bakery or anything super nearby, like within like 2 or 3 buildings?
2 or 3 buildings. Other than it's more like a central scare like area. There's a couple buildings about like kind of like shops, kind of at the edge, like surrounding like the bell on the outside. But like you just want to check any building?
Okay, I'm looking like specifically for like a pot or something that I can hit and make a lot of noise. If I can hit my chest and it makes a lot of noise, that works too.
Uh, roll me a general investigation check. Just see what you find. 16, not bad. You kind of look about, and you kind of see what looks like this little area where it looks like a little open restaurant, kind of like den. That's like think of your it's like a small building with like a large opening where they're like selling like general foods. Like it's like a little kitchen out in the open, you know. Looks like it was recently vacated. You kind of head inside and you see like a couple pots, uh, a couple of pots sitting over on top of the cabinet. It looks like they were about to be used for some cooking. About like 2 pots.
Alright, trying to grab probably the smaller of the two, like one that I can hold like in one hand and maybe grab a spoon or something in the other hand.
All right, you get like
Like a
a wooden
ladle.
spoon. Yeah, you get a ladle.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. You get your Dark Souls ladle and your Dead Island pot and references. And you walk outside. You just bonging it.
I'm like specifically gonna like walk down like towards like a street where I'm pretty sure there would probably be people, like probably like the lesser destroyed quadrants, and then start banging on it and kind of call out openly. Demons, demons and giants are dead or gone. Everyone, you're safe. Come on out, and just keep saying it on loop. I know I'm not uh charismatic enough to go door to door, so kind of just shotgunning my support to make if anyone feels mildly brave, then they can latch onto it and come out. Spread the
That's
word.
smart. So as you kind of walk down, the amount of noise that you're making, it's very unmistakable that, there are a couple people kind of still peering out, but you have definitely got their attention as you're just like, I don't have anything to gong right now. Otherwise I would. But as you kind of head down the street, and making this loud ruckus, kind of see well, a general perception check. As you're looking about, kind of walking down and looking through the building, you occasionally catch glimpses of people either extremely annoyed and terrified, kind of turning into like realization and kind of just like watching you walk by, and waiting for you to either be lifted up by a devil or being mugged by a giant, which doesn't happen. So it's like a semblance of comfort, but also like the shock and surprise kind of gets him first. But eventually, as people kind of begin to move out, and you kind of notice like more of like the more of the men kind of get it sent out and kind of checking corners first, and kind of shouting to their neighbors like, "It's okay, we're safe," So it is successful.
Yep, I'm just gonna keep doing that until eventually I'm told to stop or the pot gets stolen from me.
Okay.
Gonna keep going
Uh,
around, making sure as many people know that it's safe as possible.
all right. Companions in the distance, you hear, "Demons are gone! The giants are also gone!" And just loud pinging throughout the town.
Ah,
Well done.
that's loud.
Yeah. I don't even know where he is, and I can still hear that.
It's just looking like that. He's doing a better job at it than when I was trying to.
Anyway,
That's it.
Eden, what would you like to do?
I've been trying to think about this, and it's not like he really had an opportunity to properly interact much or pseudo bond with the people at the blacksmithing, but because that was where it was the blacksmith, right, where they were there.
Yes.
Yes. But I think he might just swing by anyways, and just maybe just sort of nonchalantly, without like any expectations, just knock, lean up against the door, and just kind of explain. I know you didn't trust me earlier, but just so you guys know, the the giants and the demons and the scary wizard lady in the middle of town are gone. So,
Gonna
yeah, go ahead.
voice no longer distorted. As you knock, you see as like the window kind of, like the curtains of the window kind of move, peer off to the side. You kind of see like a little beady eye kind of staring off at you, and as you say that, you hear, roll a general persuasion check.
General persuasion? Sure, P.
Yep.
There you are. Yep, nope.
Right. As you say that, you hear, "All right, look, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna wait it out. I appreciate your concern, but I think you shouldn't be out there."
You don't have to take my word for it, but just letting you know
And I
I should
won't.
leave now.
Well, I appreciate that. I suppose you should do the same. Or what? Don't die. He closes the curtain.
He'll just kind of nod quietly and shove his hands in his pockets of those torn pants and say, "Yeah, thanks." And then I think he will. Yeah, right? I would be the unlucky one to get picked up by a stray demon. Um,
Eden, roll a
and
dex save. I'm joking.
I can, I guess. If you want me
That was a joke.
to.
Suddenly, Eden
uh,
just Dark So dodges the shadow.
Dabs. Now he'll probably just, saunter away with his hands in his pockets. There isn't a whole lot more that he planned to do, but he was just going to just make a general look around to make sure that everything is generally safe, that there is no stray demons in the area.
For that, roll a general perception check. We all love our perception checks.
Yeah, we do.
As you look about, you do not find any devils.
He'll let out a breath of relief and just kind of take in the sight of the city before slowly walking back to find the rest of his party members.
Okay. You arms to your side, you Spider-Man web of shadows walk back towards your companions. I need to find a gif of that. It's a serious, somber walk forward. So, you guys didn't really come up with a reconvening spot, so I'm assuming that you guys decided to reconvene outside of town.
I'm pretty sure it would have just been Pride.
Yeah.
Because before we, like, branched off, Nori's like, we need to meet up with Pride eventually. Whether or not people know where Pride is besides Lef and Nori and Gordon, don't know.
Amazing.
Actually, before we meet up, can I? You said because there was like spine devils, right? Can I roll to pluck out their what call it barbs?
All right, so
Okay. If it's too late, it's fine.
for the sake of brevity, roll me one general survival check, because there were plenty of them, but the issue is, they're spread throughout the city, and it will be for mostly just the battle that happened. So,
Yeah, makes sense.
all right, write this down. For the amount of spine devils, right? I need to go look at the fucking combat encounter. Hold up. Wow. Okay. Wow. For this, for the 15, you can't really gather much from spine devils besides the spines itself. The spines and barbs. So for this, we're gonna roll something real quick. Okay. Eight minutes. Okay, so you have write this down. You've managed. It takes you a while. And within the hour, as you realize you can't really convince everyone, you're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go carve out some devils and maybe get some good parts." You get a whole sack of goodies. Specifically, you get 12 barbs, tail barbs, right? And then you get 30 spines. These needle-like, long intrusion shaped daggers. Not really daggers, but like needles.
Needles. Wait, what's the proper name for that? Spine. No.
Spines. So just so that's 30 30 spines and 12 barbs.
Yep. add that to my inventory.
All right. We're doing the logistics of D&D now. All right, did you get that, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else anyone would like to do? You guys had like an hour-ish, so I'm assuming y'all are planning to meet up now, but it would have to be something small.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything, really.
I'm good.
All right. Making use of you guys' hour and a half, kind of gathering things, cleaning things up, assessing the damage. The general consensus that you guys come to is many of the city were actually left unharmed, considering the amount of giants and the wizard at play. You would assume there would be a lot more casualties, but it looks like about maybe 10 to 12 people is what you would assume based on Left's count of the recounting of what they've seen, what he's seen during the whole gory incident. So, generally, town was left mostly unharmed. For what reason, you're not sure.
Are we back at Pride?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay. Uh, for those who notice, hold on, I don't want to do this. We're gonna hold off on that 1 second. I'm gonna take back that roll real quick, even. Yeah. Uh, quick 5-minute break while I get this settled.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'm good. Eden.
Yes.
As you move about, kind of making sure with your search, I want you to roll me another perception check. Okay. As you look about, you kind of sniff out the smell of iron, and kind of moving about, you find one lonesome creature as you're making your way towards the rendezvous spot.
He'll walk up to it, kind of look at it with a slight sneer, like,
Well, you don't know what creature it is. I mean, it could be a dog.
well, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it is a what looks like a leftover devil. And you see as it kind of looks at you, and you hear, "No, no, 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 no! Hi! I come in peace."
Looks around at the surroundings, then looks back to the devil, then looks back at the surroundings. I think it's a little late for you to say that.
Roll a Arcana check, please.
Okay. Ah.
Okay. As you look about, you sorry, if you think about, you're not really sure what this devil is, and kind of stares at you. The description of this, it's a tiny creature, like looks similar to a goblin with like a barbed tail and devilish horns with like tiny little wings on its back.
Okay.
And it kind of looks at you, and you hear, I come in peace. Is that what they say? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not convinced.
How can I convince you?
No. Now I'm gonna start feeling bad. I don't think you can.
Kind of backs away slowly. Well, that's shit. I'll be going now. He's going to start taking off. Roll me a dexterity check. See if you can catch him.
Get back here.
Okay. Easily enough. It's like swatting a fly. As he begins to kind of take offline, you run towards him and you kind of get him into like a general like grapple, like a basketball like hoop. He's a small creature, like a very tiny creature, and as you kind of like huff him to the ground, um, do you want to finish him, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. So before I choose to finish him, he'll say, "Nothing personal. It's either you or them, and I'd rather you."
All right. Nothing personal, kid. You finish him by piercing him with your fangs. And
Cool.
I hate you. All right. So, as you bite into the creature, the hot red ichor, almost like you're taking hot sauce, just drinking straight hot sauce into your into your mouth.
I'm
Your
gonna do a
head
Constitution
kind of
save.
spinning. Yeah, please roll me a Constitution save, as it's hot, it's gross, and it's pretty good. Like if someone like put like that hot sauce in that burrito, your stomach kind of churns, but for the most part, it's good. You feel somehow complete. It's not all there, but better.
He'll straighten himself out after and find an appropriate way to dispose of said hot devil burrito
All
devil.
right, all right.
Okay.
You take the burrito devil, and you just walk over to the stack and you just like just drop it right there, like, and just there you go.
Cool. Now he walks back to reconvene with everybody.
Okay. As all of you reconvene, is everyone back from your break, by the way?
Yeah. Never
Mhm.
mind.
Yes.
Is Zach back?
Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Missing
Oh, sorry.
Wise?
No, I'm still here.
Alright, cool. Everyone's here. Alright. Eventually, all you reconvene back at the gate as you hear from the front, kind of as you guys are walking through, you hear like very annoyed like yell, and you see sorry, you hear a very annoyed yell, and you hear, "Let me go, you fucking asshole!" And it's like an annoyed like, imagine if you guys like, I don't know if you if you guys don't have siblings, it's okay. It's like that annoying little cousin where you're holding them still and like sitting on top of them because they're being a little asshole right now. That's like the energy that you hear from Pride's voice as you guys kind of turn the corner and you see another figure kind of sitting on top of like Pride's back, almost like having him in a pin and looking very nonchalant about this. And you hear from Pride, "Let me go, I need to get in there and see what's happening." No, no, you're not going in there. They'll come out eventually. The figure on top of him is what looks like a white tiefling, an albino tiefling with black horns kind of coming out his head. Um, he's yes, he is kind of sitting on top of Pride, kind of like the older brother sitting on the back, kind of pinning him down. And you see as he's just like, it looks like reading like a book of some sort, but not really reading it. It's just there for like the looks, you know? And kind of looking up and noticing the group approaching, and you hear from him. And right on cue. See, Pride. It's fine. They're fine. They're not dead. I mean, they're fucked up, but that's normal. Nori just got new piercings.
Huh.
Nori, get him off me.
I can't see him right now. But you two sound like you're having fun. Language pride, by the way.
You didn't hear anything.
Mm-hmm. It's settled in there. She kind of gestures herself. New piercings aside. We're gonna go home soon. This is. Where's Lef? Lef, what side are you on?
Lef is going to walk kind of behind but beside. Is Alice still asleep?
Yes.
Okay, so I imagine Lef is kind of carrying her while Gil follows Lef, unless Lef has
Yeah,
to
Gil is
carry Gil
following.
as well. Okay. I was
You
hoping
hear
that they
from
both
Vice.
wouldn't be so tired that they'd want to pass out, and Lef would have to like two-hand them and go, "Oh God, this is heavy."
They're tiny children. You hear from the figure, the familiar figure. You hear, "Oh, he became a dad."
Lef is gonna look at the familiar figure and go, okay, Vice, take all the shots you want to, but no.
You're free. You can produce fast. Cats, man.
No. Whatever. I knew that this was gonna happen with Vice anyway.
On second thought, I think I'll just go for a walk around the city again.
It's better you than me.
Yeah. Lef is kind of beside Nori. Kind of behind, but beside her, I guess if anything, he'd probably like be right here.
She'll just gauge off your voice.
Okay.
Then she kind of gestures. She's like, the kids are coming back to Tahlmus with us. They're gonna stay with Tyr for a while.
Yeah.
Any sign of Aki yet?
She should be here in the next 10 minutes.
Alright, well, there's that.
My ride passed her by.
Your ride.
We're not talking
Lef
about
is-
that.
Lef is gonna look at Nori real quick and say, if you want some help, you could ask Grace if she'd be willing to help you.
Help with what?
I'm imagining that you can't see right now since you're having to, use your cane, your staff.
For the 100th time in my life in the past 6 months, I'm blind left, my legs are not broken.
Well, I didn't want you to accidentally fall over.
I
Like,
was gonna do that anyway, regardless.
Okay.
It's just what fate deems.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You see, Vice finally kind of getting off the Pride's back, and he approaches you, Zacharias, and Gordon, and you hear from him. So, you guys are the new additions. Didn't formally introduce myself yet. Vice, at your service. Kind of holds a hand out to you first, Zacharias.
I hesitantly reach up to shake his hand.
It's a shake.
It's a shake.
It's not really a firm shake. It's more of like a very nonchalant, like, yeah, whatever, bro.
I want the Vice artwork. Give me
Yes.
the Vice artwork.
Please. Let's see.
Please,
Vice.
Daddy.
Right. Imagine the most punkish, like, dude, right? And then here you go. Like in punk rock clothing, right?
Ooh. Oh, there. Okay. Not what I was expecting. All right, so. Yes,
He's a little bit shorter than you. Actually. So,
that's
kind of a lanky gentleman.
okay.
And, alright, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, shake his hand, you know, and then you said real nonchalant about it. I'm like, why were you
Right.
sitting on the kid?
He's kind of like my younger brother. A little bit of a loser. Hey! Yeah, a little bit of a loser. So, he struggles.
Okay. I don't know what else to say, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Vice's family. Then he acts as such in the most obnoxious of ways. You'll get used to him. Or you won't. It's up to you, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Vice definitely will not care either way, whether you like him or not.
I'm here to give you all your plot relevant information.
Excuse me, our what now?
Yes, he actually said that.
That's why Left is gonna say, excuse me, what now?
As a heart of my caliber, I have to keep such stories under wraps. It's just Deadpool.
He's just Deadpool. God damn it! He's gonna look towards the screen and go, "You, yeah, you. I see what you're doing over there. Fuck you."
Looks towards the camera, raises eyebrows, winks, looks back at Gordon. And you, big man. He holds a hand out to you.
I'm gonna shake it, but kind of like more firmly, but more like the not power move, but kind of like fucking around kind of shake. Like, yep, like gentle hand crush.
Oh, the gentle hand crush.
Yes. The gentle hand crush that I did to Zacharias.
Yep.
All right. Roll me for fun. Roll me a strength check. All right.
Yay.
All right. So as you go and give the gentle handshake, you take it and you hold it and you're like, all right, I'm gonna give like a little bit of a squeeze. All right, and then as you do so, he kind of raises an eyebrow at you, and suddenly you see like a puff of ash from his arm as you hear from him, oh, whoops, as you tear his arm off.
Oh.
It's like keep holding on to it. Like, cool, this happened. Like staring dead in the eyes. Months back.
Gonna meet your eyes and be like, that's fine. I'm gonna need that back though. Like I use that right hand for things.
But my back's
Good
itchy.
gods.
But my back's
Mint.
itchy.
I could take care of that.
Okay.
He gives like a fun. He gives a little wink.
Yep, I don't want to touch it anymore than I have to now. Here, take it back. Like,
I sh-
the really,
you-
the really gross finger pinch. Like, ew.
All right, you toss it and he'll catch it.
Like he was just burned. He drops it like, oh god, no.
Okay. As you toss it, you kind of notice that the hand itself is made of wood. Where there was flesh, there was wood, and you see as he takes the arm, places it back where it was, and you see as the ash kind of takes form and kind of forming back into what looks like flesh. And you hear from him, all right. So, we can talk while we ride back, or we can talk now. Don't worry. Our little extras, kind of motioning to the kids, they won't hear anything.
I am a fan of talking and walking, or in this case. Actually, I'm not gonna say that word. Let's talk on the way back.
Yeah.
That works.
I agree. We should probably talk on the way back.
Okay.
I mean, we can stand here awkwardly for the next 10 minutes.
Yes, let's stand here awkwardly, and I'll make the occasional sex joke.
Okay.
For the first time, from this meek child, you see like the biggest eye roll from Pride. And a couple of moments as you guys chat about like nonsensical things, like generally like how's the weather or things like that, or the occasional funny the funny sex joke. He Vice is that type of bard. I just want you guys to know. Think of the most stereotypical. There you go. That energy. You know. He's kind of annoying. So eventually, off in the distance, uh, you see coming down from the distance, you see and you hear well, first of all, you see a white dragon approaching, and you hear a child's scream go out as Gil kind of sees uh dragonfly floating towards you guys, and kind of coming behind you, kind of hiding behind your legs as you hear him scream out. It's like, it's the white dragon!
Lef will
I
hold
scared the kids.
hold him and say, Gil, that is fine. That's Aki, or Grandma Aki. She's a good
Yeah,
dragon. She's not
that's
going to
my
hurt you, I
friend.
promise.
And hides behind, just like, kind of like holding on tightly. And eventually, lowering gently as much as you can, you guys see as like the thud in front of you as the silk dragon stands before you once again, and kind of eyeing at you, Nori. You hear, this is a lot more people.
Yeah, well, I have a habit of picking up children along the way. And Vice. You can leave him behind, though. I mean, he can walk.
I
Oh,
mean,
then.
I can fit in small holes.
Oh.
God damn it. You can actually, like, just crush him if you want.
I partially agree with this, yeah.
I think he
makes
likes big women sitting on him.
Okay. Well then.
Yeah,
Right.
he is a pretty large woman right now.
I mean, it saved me time.
hope you don't mind, Aki. They need to come back to Tahlmus with us. We're gonna let them stay with Tyr.
All right. In the order of events, this happens. You see as you say that, you see as Aki kind of turns around real quick, and with a tail swipe, you see slamming down on top of Vice out of spite.
Okay.
You guys see a puff of black ash, and you see Gil like let out like a loud scream.
Oh,
And
let's not scare the children. It's too late.
in the pile of ash that was left, you guys see what looks like a mannequin, a body of a mannequin left in like pieces. And Nori, you see as yeah, you don't see it. Sorry. Those of you kind of see the silk dragon kind of look at Pride for a moment, and you hear from him like you hear like a general like disappointed like, I'm sorry, this is my embarrassing like the sigh of this is my embarrassing relative, I'm so sorry that he exists vibe. And then he gets up and starts picking up the pieces of the mannequin and starts placing it into his bag as the parts have been broken off.
Well, there goes that chat on the way back.
No, he'll still
Is,
talk.
is that a regular thing, or should I be concerned?
Concerns.
Semi-regular. Depends on how much he annoys us.
Oh, he'll be back.
How
Yeah,
often does he
he'll
annoy
be
you
back.
guys?
He's still here.
Yeah, he's still technically here, just not
That I
physically
am.
here. Yep, there he is.
So I turn around, he's right behind me.
You hear him coming as you hear the voice. You hear him coming from Pride's direction.
Uh,
Let's get going before we scare the other kids more. See
Scared them.
Gil just huddling behind.
All right, Gil. Up on Grandma Aki you go.
She eyes you, and you hear, Grandma?
The best Gilf in town. Let's go.
I hate you.
Also, I'm gonna need some help up. I can't see shit.
okay. Left will first try and help Nori up before he tries to help Gil.
She will accept the assistance if Aki doesn't throw her off.
Alright. As you need assistance, you feel like string moving between your legs, and all you notice as like the tail kind of swivels around underneath Nori's legs and just yeets her up into the sky.
Oh, and she's gone.
That was unexpected, and now you just hear the rabbit screaming.
Left just follows this and goes, and she's gone.
Alright. And Nori, you land gracefully on the back of Aki. Soft landing.
Very blind, blinking in confusion and fear.
As soft as the dragon's back can be.
Left
She
will
was
go.
gonna make a comment about the stuff going between her legs, but then she was tossed into the fucking air.
Amazing.
I see where Vice gets it from.
Alright. The rest of you all mount the dragon. Not that way. And
Damn it.
I had to make it before you guys made the joke. Sorry. as you guys take up to the air. And we will go back to this map.
I have to sleep soon. But if you are recording it, I can be here slash not be here, but we can have him here. You guys can keep on. This is mostly downtime, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would that be too much?
Yeah, I am recording it, so I'll upload it. I have like 2 more I need to upload before this, so I'll get it.
Okay. Yeah, because I would love for you guys to have the opportunity to be able to interact and roleplay with each other. I don't want you guys to have to not continue just because I have to go to bed.
We're gonna be going because this is going to be a long flight back to Tahlmus.
Okay.
At least until the conversation's over.
Yeah, and then, yeah, because it's getting recorded, then I can get filled in on everything that Vice has to say. Sound good?
Yep. Or suddenly a Basic Goose comes from the air and tackles Aki down to the ground.
No!
No.
No, I refuse.
Better than the pickle.
Monster
No,
Hunter
I'd rather have the
references.
I'd rather have the pickle.
Okay.
The pickle can't fly.
First the cucumber, guys.
He will Godzilla jet through the sky. It's fucking.
I'm glad that you made that reference because I just thought of that.
Alright. Thank you for coming, Trigger.
Thank you for session. I'm sorry. It's just I have to work tomorrow morning.
Work is work.
Yeah.
Work.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Sleep well.
I'll try. You guys too.
Alright. So, taking over into the air, kind of flying through. This will be boop. As from this direction. Don't worry, I'm turning it around. There we go.
Oh.
So, as you guys mount onto Aki and take off to the air, you guys head forward through, and you hear Vice's voice as going through the air. It's more of like a shout, but I'm not going to actually shout, you know. As you guys are kind of, for the sake of this, I need a, we'll keep the song going, but shit, what up? I need the song to get going. It. Hold on. Give me a second. There you go. I want a mounting order here.
Where would the head
Just
be?
materializes.
Yep,
I
north
assume
is
we
the
have to be in a
head.
straight- I assume we have to be a straight line, right?
Yep.
Obviously. Yep. Got a quick question. But like I'm noticing like when I drag my character, I'm not getting the like the
Measurements.
feet thing, measurements. I don't know how to fix that. Wait. Nope, did not do do that? Fucked up.
You might have to refresh.
Okay. Refreshing.
Alright.
I would like to say that while they're flying, even though it's Vice screaming over the wind, Nori's just gonna kind of cuddle Pride anyway, and just rest on him because she's exhausted.
Well, the question is, who's bigger?
Huh?
Like you said, you're resting on Pride.
She's like hugging him from behind,
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
but technically he is 2 inches taller than her.
A walla bear.
Alright. So, as you guys head to the skies, shouting over the turbulent wind, as you guys are taking a glide through the air above the clouds. Actually, for the fun of it, for bullying sakes, I need 3 d20s. Pray for no
Okay.
rain.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh no.
What the hell?
I'm scared.
Alright. So, as shouting extra loud because the turbulent winds caught a really high wind. Annoyingly so. Yep. Alright. Almost like if like someone put a megaphone next to Pride's mouth. You hear some nice weather up here. I have some lovely information that I have to speak to you all.
It's just loud. It's all loud.
What?
I hate this.
You're welcome.
My ears hurt. She kind of like grabs her ears and tries to stop flopping in the wind.
Dirty
Alright.
beating face.
So, for the sake of it, I'm gonna turn this off because this is nice and all, but I want this one instead. So, traveling through the air, you hear from Vice. There's many things that we need to talk about, so it's best for you to listen for now. Those of you want to pull out your notes.
Alright.
And for trigger on the recording, this is where you also pull out your notes too. Now, a couple of things. There was a deal between myself and the individual that you guys know as Lies. This deal involves a couple of things. The first is only so much interference I can do for you. Otherwise, I'd finish this myself. Second, we need to obtain the mask. And by mask, I mean all the pieces of it. Stop dying, Nori.
Fuck off.
Now, these pieces of the mask are, let's just say, a little bit of a restoration project, you can say. As for those of you who have mixed feelings about this, unbeknownst to all of you, we are working on restoring something. Something that is unknown, yet lost. It is a concept. We are restoring a god, possibly. What is lost cannot be gained back. But you can gain so much more, is usually what he would say. These masks, whether or not we'd be using them to restore said thing, doesn't matter to me. But the whole point is, they're very destructive items. These things come in many different shapes and forms and sizes, such as Birdman in the back, who was a Birdman, and unfortunately, for me, he's no longer a Birdman, so that's one lost. Right now, in our possession, there's one mask. And others still yet to take its full shape. Nori, the mask that you have right now, it's not originally yours. Consider it a gift. As many faces many people may have, there are many masks just to match them. Doesn't mean you can always need to don one. Having multiple, it's just a benefit. Does that make sense?
Think so.
The basics of this is if these masks end up in the wrong hands, things that happen like in Tahlmus can happen in other places. Many things can take the shape of others should they don the mask. Some of these masks have the power to rival some of the gods themselves if put in the wrong hands. Should an individual continue to collect them, well, consider that a threat to us as a whole. These pieces, they're the fragments of what's left of lies. And the sooner that they're out of other people's hands, the better. Unfortunately for the new recruits, you see Pride turn his head to Sicarius and Gordon. Unfortunately for them, you guys kind of got thrown into this mess. So, if you're in it for the long run, you can continue with us. Or, if you don't want to take part of this, then I can take back what Lies has given you, and you can be on your way.
Vice, I have a question.
Shoot.
Have you? Can you still feel the mass that you mentioned that might have been at Fabamor's that we were supposed to collect before all of this happened?
Yes and no. It moves. So that means someone's probably wearing it.
Great.
All the masks. They're tools of their own trade. In the wrong hands, any tool can become a weapon. Unfortunately, and fortunately, these tools have emotions as well. The one
Leffel is
in the
going
Favermore
to.
mansion. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
The one in the Favermore mansion. It screams of torment. Hence why it's here and there. Uh, I mean, he'll get it on the recording, I guess. Or I'll hit him up what he misses. I'm assuming it's important. But now, that's all I'm willing to share. Any more, I could risk breaching that intervention.
That's fair enough. Seems like we've got work to do again.
Yeah. Leff is gonna ask him a quick question, though. I'm gonna guess that you would probably be breaking the rules if you told us which ones were probably the ones that are the most dangerous and which ones we should most definitely be keeping a lookout on. Because I'm gonna guess that these aren't going to be obvious at first look.
All of them are dangerous in some way, shape, or form. Unfortunately, some have already gotten attached to you. But masks are not a shared thing, and they will choose their owner based on how well aligned they are. And should you not align enough, well, that mask is really easy to take off.
So
Peel away. Kind of like what
some of
happened to
these.
Eden.
So the masks have their own feelings, their own emotions, and understandings. That makes me kind of wonder if some of these masks we haven't even encountered, and they've. Are you saying that they already have like taken notice of us? Does that mean that other mask users or wearers or owners know about us then? Maybe where we're at?
No. By the way, it looks like, I mean, you're already wearing a couple. Whether or not then it chooses, or it's available to you.
Couple.
It's up to it. Lies has already given you a piece of each. I've only assisted in awakening some of them as they stir within you.
Does that mean I technically have 2 right now?
That is correct.
That's interesting. I'm very interested to see where all of this goes.
I will say, one that fully manifests from you is much stronger than one that is borrowed, such as your restoration mask, Nori.
So let's just, if I can, for simply for a curious kind of situation, if we were to say kill or steal a mask from somebody that is actively trying to destroy a town or a city or anything like that, it would be weaker with us using it, or would it still be of the same strength?
It depends.
Technically, it would be one borrowed. If you're taking the mask that from them, if they manifested it, from what Vice said, it would be
Okay.
stronger in their hands and weaker in ours. But if it was one that's stolen, then it should be of equal strength for the both parties. Maybe.
So,
It depends on the affinity of the user. Say,
so
for
then,
example,
what happens if you kill somebody that has it then? Is it just gone?
well, you can steal it first, then kill them and make sure they can't steal it back.
But
It's
does
always a
that
tug of
weaken it?
war. The masks themselves do not get weakened. It's just the efficiency on how someone uses it. And if you're better
Okay.
tuned to one, then it's stronger. The more Nora uses the Massive Restoration, the better attuned she'll become. And eventually, she can use that one along with a conjunction with another. Not at the same time. It could probably kill you.
Okay then.
You can never wear too many faces.
I'll have you know I have split personalities for all different situations I am in.
Yeah, but it can make you
Personality made.
ugly.
Can you sit down, please?
Did you just drop Elvis into your lap? Just ka-chunk. Okay. Any questions?
I can't really think of one right now. I'm imagining that later down the road I'll have more questions, and I'm probably gonna take a guess that depending on certain questions, I might get a yes or a no. Because it sounds like the rules are very restrictive on this.
How fucked are we now that Eden's lost his mask?
You remember the situation where the Leviathan almost wiped out the city?
Oh, great! That
Hmm.
fucked. Alright, well then.
It depends. It's easy to steal a mask from a user that doesn't have high affinity, but also, it doesn't mean that the person who stole it has a good affinity with that mask as well.
So it's a thing of basically it's like, sure you can take it, doesn't mean you can use it, or not well.
Correct.
Yeah. So my
Doesn't
mass
mean you
is
can't get better at using it, though.
true. I have a forming mass though, right? Yeah. So
You
I still
do.
Yeah.
It's not there. It's only a piece. It's up for you to fill the rest out.
So that does that mean Eden lost both of his masks, or was the crow his mask? And because he just kind of turned into a bird one day.
I have my theories about it. I'm sure
No
he's
one here-
pondering about it, but
No one here knows how you turn into a bird.
No, he just kind of
No.
flipped out, almost killed me, disappeared, and came back as an ugly bird.
I definitely think at this point we need to kind of definitely figure out what's going to maybe trigger this. I mean, if it all works like Eden, then having a bout of rage and then going into the forest for several weeks will make you come back as a Birdman.
Oh, but I don't
I
think
have my theories.
Animal Man. There's already enough like animal people in this party. Although I suppose we have an extra human now.
I feel the need to shove you off this dragon.
I agree with Nori. I have a mighty need to just watch you fall.
I want to say the Zacarias does not mean that with any fucking
Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
offensive.
Disclaimer, I'm not trying to be offensive while being offensive.
No, you can be offended. I don't mind. I was just saying, like, Zacarias is like just, you know.
I
we're
am.
saying you're allowed. If you want to be offended, 100%, I'm happy with that. If you want, like, you know.
That's it. I am offended.
Did you guys know that 2 animal people in a party of 6 is just too many?
Well, I never knew this. I feel betrayed.
I consider Mushroom Man as part animal person.
That's part plant. That's not an animal. That's a plant.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Plants have
Foliage.
feelings.
For the first few days I was here, I felt like an outsider.
All right. Anyway.
All right, back on.
All right. Back on track.
Yeah, back on track.
Yeah. Okay, so if you have your theories
Wait.
about.
I love Kietsu.
Oh no!
God damn it!
Wait a second. No, wait, I can't bring Grace with me. I want to, but I can't. That might be uncomfortable for Aki.
Well, Aki could be carrying it like one of her claws.
You hear from Aki. You can resummon him later.
Yeah,
I'm not carrying him.
Grace. Oh, I dare resummon Grace. I'm gonna get fucking absolutely yelled at by Grace.
Above game, there is no cargo hatch for Aki. Sorry, guys. That's gonna be weird.
You mean that Left can't make a big giant backpack for her to have a cargo bay?
Well, why
Fuck
a
no.
backpack? Why not just like have a fully customizable like like those elephant mount things? That for a dragon.
She's got a good back, but she doesn't have a big badonkadonk for that shit.
I was talking like horse. I was talking horse saddle.
SMH.
I was thinking horse saddle with like the giant bags on it, you know? Or a motorcycle
Aki.
with bags.
Aki just, as she's flying, she'll turn her head, she'll give you the side eye.
What? You don't
SMH.
want extra carrying capacity? I mean,
she is not a pack animal.
Side eye.
What? I was on her side.
I love you.
And she's side eyeing left.
Okay.
Okay, fine. No giant backpack. I get the hint.
Alright.
Be nice to my wife. Only I can bully her.
I thought
Okay.
you already had a husband.
Oh boy. Here we go
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Ray, my theory.
again. So,
All right, so I'm not really interrupted again. I'm gonna keep talking. So my theory about it is, what happens when you have something that needs to be filled? Well, there are many things that can fill it. You can fill a cup with water, or you can fill it with orange juice, or you can fill it with milk. You can do a lot of things with these masks. And the thing about it is, if Eden's mask was filled by something that he didn't want, it is an invasion of the mind, body, and soul. Kind of like what I'm doing with Pride right now. But like, he's a willing participant right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the filling analogy was gonna go a lot worse.
yeah, I thought so too.
I mean, we could always
No.
talk about filling holes all the time, but you know.
No. Oh god, there it is. Okay. All
It's
right.
okay.
Well,
Pride
sounds
hears it all. He knows about it.
I'm not surprised.
So, what's your theory on him getting the mask anyway?
Yeah.
If it wasn't very well attuned to him and they were clashing together, why would he have it in the first place?
A candidate to obtain it. A concept. Something small. Something that revolves around a concept. A body. Something specific. What that means is, Lies gave him a mask. And that mask gave life to something. When you have a mask, I'm sorry, my throat's giving out. When you have a mask, it makes you a target for many individuals to kind of try to take it and tame it, make it their own. And doing so changes it. And it doesn't mean you're only targeted by individuals, groups, people, greater beings, devils, perhaps even other gods themselves.
That would explain his manic rant about Eolder.
Eldor is a fun god, in the sense of, without him, there wouldn't be any fun about it in the world.
So,
A little bit of chaos doesn't hurt.
so the idea behind the theory that you're having is that you take a cup, you can put anything in there that you want to, but there has to be space for it first. So, do you have to lose something, or do you have to make room for it?
You get a d6 inspiration left.
Okay.
Vice also said that. No, he doesn't. Really, a fucking breaking the fourth wall right now. You hear from Vice. That's exactly right. Once there is no longer any room to be filled, it becomes that concept. It becomes whole, it becomes true, and it becomes the mask. Right now,
So, if I was to, for a instance and for the idea of this, if I was to take a mug and fill it with water about halfway, but there's still room in there, and just say I add more water, and then I add more, and then eventually it starts overflowing.
if it
That's
overflows, then other pieces break off and become more. Remember what Lies
So,
said. I will lose so much, but I will become so much more.
so we want it to overfill. We don't want there to be room.
Depends. eventually it's all going to pull in the same place. We'll just have to see and make sure that we get to fill our water into it before they fill their piss into it. So,
So, in other words, this is basically a contest of not just collection, but I'm guessing achievements, maybe heroics, maybe other such things, enough to where you can fill your cup up enough that it starts to become much more than just a cup. It starts to become a barrel, essentially. That's where it
something
goes
like that.
into eventually. And then eventually the barrel will become a tank, like a giant tankard.
I guess those analogies kind of work. We'll see how things play out. But for now, the main concern is I'd prefer it if we don't have another city wiping situation if possible.
So, in in theory, these masks are of varying degrees of deadliness, and I'm guessing none of them are quite as deadly as we may think they are. I mean, on the surface, some of these masks may be, oh look, it's a cute little mask of like a puppy dog. There's no way that that can be deadly, but it could potentially end the entire everything as we know it. It could just gone.
A knife is a knife, no matter who holds it. But it can be
Yeah,
extra deadly depending on who knows how to use it.
exactly. That's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah, you can't judge it by the look. You have to judge it by who's using it, and the more you have in using it, the more training you have in using it, the worse it's going to be.
Yeah. Same with most weapons. Or same concept as, using a bow or sword.
My executioner, it was clumsy at first, but I got better at it. Okay.
To simplify the process right now, that figure that you fought, and I may or may not have peaked a little bit, Nori.
I thought you couldn't get in. Wait, are you going through my head? Get out of there.
Just surface thoughts.
Oh boy.
I saw how you been pincushioned.
Thanks. It felt great.
So, based on what I saw, that woman, she had very much achieved a efficiency with the mask. My guess, she's probably already attained 2 or 3. My guess is her first attunement, her first affinity is lightning. Her magic speaks volume itself. If you guys can recall, call lightning, that spell, it doesn't cover an entire city. But for her, it did. I wouldn't be surprised if that mask itself has a affinity for electricity.
Hmm.
I'm confused. I thought the storm didn't grow big enough to cover the whole city until after Nori also tapped into it.
No, it did cover the entire city before then. So above game spells description. even if it was like so if it's a natural thunderstorm, it would be within the range. But the castles themselves had the ability to shock wherever they saw, and from the high points that they could, every time that she saw you, she probably could have shocked you with lightning from that distance. Oh, I believe that's enough for my little intervention with you all. So far, I haven't been sent to the astral realm for entertaining this much information. But we'll see how that goes.
As much as sending you on an impromptu vacation would be great, we kind of need you here right now.
Yeah.
I much prefer being here than in the plane of distortion. It's a lot more lovely people, booze to drink, and women and men to give lovely time with.
I can agree with half of that.
It's also kind of weird because you're like seeing you're hearing the sound like from Pride, and it's like sus.
Are we almost home yet?
It will be a long ride. For those of you, let's take another 10-minute break because I'm gonna refresh on drinks and things like that. I need to use the restroom, so we'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm
I'll
gonna
go grab
pause it
some
for
food
now
as
and,
well.
and try not to pause it. Actually, no, I'll just leave it recording, and then trigger can be like and skip through. So we take a break. Be back.
And
I'm back.
Hi, is everybody back?
I'm here.
I am here.
Alright. So, I'm gonna upload the video tomorrow along with other to kind of catch things up. But I think that would be a decent time to stop. I would love to keep going, but like I am physically exhausted.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
um just for some context, we planted a tree today
Oh.
and I have
Oh,
2
no.
hours of sleep on my hand.
Oh.
Oh, gross.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's pretty nasty.
So
Yeah, try to sleep. Nope, that do ya.
I was already going in pretty down, so I'm just like, I'm struggling. So I'm just gonna have a not
I'm
yawn in the
surprised you
mic.
managed that.
I had more planned, but it's also a case where I wanted it's a trigger, but also like there's a thing I want to bring up where you guys can plan out your like for a week downtime, because there's a lot of loot that you guys need to sell, a lot of craft or do with. There's a lot of people to talk to. And yes, you guys do get paid.
Thank God. I was thinking earlier. I was like, I hope we get paid for this.
Yeah. Also, you guys can communicate with each other. NPCs, interests, you can communicate with your fellow players with things like Zach, Derp. You guys can communicate with Min, Wise, or Trigger. Like, hey, what characters I should try talking to? Or like who is in the tavern or who's part of the guild, kind of get that general consensus. And
Yeah.
any interests you guys can have if the other player characters are okay with introducing you to them, that could be a thing.
Okay,
So
sounds fun.
could be some downtime that plays out throughout the week, and it will go from there.
Wait, so so next week's session is kind of like us going through like resting for the week, basically, right? Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
And
gonna
then
be
it's just
heavily
interacting with NPCs and each other.
yeah, it's gonna be heavy roleplay interacting with each other, and not only that, it's going to be a combination of there will be things to do there. So it may be heavy roleplay, but there might be like some minor side mission depending on how things go. Kind of fill in. So who knows? Could be fun.
Okay.
It won't be anything big. It's going to last one session. If it doesn't finish that session, I'm moving on. So we're trying a little bit of a different method, and I'll reach out throughout the week if I'm not busy.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So for
I
now,
can finally ask. Laugh was like, so where should get these kids from? Because the character has no concept. Has like no idea where these kids are from, and it's just suddenly they're with us. I'm like,
you
Good
should have
question.
asked that.
I should have asked that,
You
but I
could-
felt like people were moving. I asked. There was like a lot. Like I was more concerned with Vice going on, and I forgot to ask about the kids.
That's fine. You get them next time.
Don't worry, I'll pull them aside. When I at the end, I'm like, so like, are these kids yours? Or like,
I guess the mom had the dominant traits, huh? Anyway.
yeah.
Okay.
Ask left aside. So like, are you gonna lose your lineness? Like your line features if you lose your mask.
Okay.
Like Zacchaeus has one point of reference for like an animal person, and then they lost their animalness. So
Don't worry.
I just want you to know.
Left will probably
Okay.
always be Lion Man. Maybe.
So, ironically, I just want to say, I didn't mention it, but there would be some Leonins in the desert, so you would know Lef is a
Okay.
Leonin. But also, mostly for that, so the D&D official stuff have Leonin based in some of the desert regions as well.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
For Matt.
But it would be funny anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just because like Kenku exists, and then Eden turned into a fucking human ass guy. So I feel like I'm very valid to ask Nori and Lef. And even Gordon was like, so are you gonna like transform from a construct into a man? Oh, actually no, because he's just got his mask. He's just got your mask, so I wouldn't. Sicarius wouldn't ask you.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right. Thank you guys for coming to the session. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get some munchies before I pass the fuck out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Alrighty.
thinking too right
He's
now.
like, please get
I was
some
looking at
rest.
my pantry. Like, what can I eat?
Yeah, man. I'm like just lots of like drama that happened recently. So I'm just like, I'm done. We're done. We're fucking done. Good night, folks. And good night, those who are watching the recording. Later,
Hey,
guys.
I don't
Oh.
know.
Laters.
I don't know you super well, but like you helped me through some shit. So if something's going down, if you need to talk, I'm always here.
Nah, man. It's just random. Like, I like the bullshit where, you know, you have to go do errands, but the errands don't do themselves because they don't
Mm,
fucking work out. So they just take more time. That's just what it is. It's
okay,
unneeded
okay.
drama. So
It's like,
I'll get
yeah,
over
like,
it. I'm tired. It took my day. That's it. So
like you like
that's all it
need to
is.
fix your car, and then like it just keeps taking longer than you want it to.
Exactly. It was like
Yeah.
one of those, but like the tree situation was kind of dumb.
Or it's like shit like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go like change the oil. Well, while I'm down here, turns out my frame is rusted in half, and also like all the lines are busted. Well, shit. Now it's like 10 extra things.
Fucking spark plug is busted. Fucking
All right, I'm gonna
yeah,
stop
it
the
happened to
recording.
me.